again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Sunday, I hope you guys are having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we're building in Britechester. Yes, it's been a very long time since I've built in this world. Really good change of pace for me, and we are building a 6-bedroom family townhouse. I know what you're thinking, really? 6 bedrooms in here? Yes. And they're really good sized bedrooms too, and there's 3 bathrooms. So what you'll see is on the ground floor we have a living room, an entrance, I'm trying to go through it in my head, the downstairs bathroom, and then the kitchen dining. On the first floor there are 3 bedrooms, with one of them being a master bedroom, so there's an ensuite. On the top floor there is a main bathroom and then a further 3 bedrooms. So my calculation should be correct there. Yes, 3 bedrooms on the upper floor and on the first floor as well. So really good sized house, fantastic for gameplay. It's built on a 20 by 15 lot, I think this is. It's just this really pretty one in Britechester. It gets the most stunning lighting. I have built a townhouse here before, but we're talking like years ago that I built that now. So I just thought, let's see what we can come up with now that my building skills I think have improved ever so slightly. So this is what we ended up turning out, and I am really happy with how this looks. Actually, it took me 50 minutes. You're probably going to think this is a bit weird that I remember this. It took me exactly 50 minutes to complete the exterior of the build. So that's obviously the external structure, the landscaping, and absolutely everything. I know what you're thinking as well. Rachel, there isn't much room for a garden. No, unfortunately there isn't. We do have some outside activities on either side of the house, but there isn't a garden per se at the back. But I don't know whether that would be a problem. If you wanted to put this on a slightly larger lot and then maybe extend out back for a slightly bigger garden, then you absolutely can do. It's just that it didn't really work for me. I was more concentrating on, like, you know, how many rooms we can fit in this house and how accessible it would be to you guys who like family gameplay. So that was more where my head was at with this one. But yes, very happy with the exterior of this. Now I can't take full credit for what I am currently doing on this build, where I'm doing like this stone detailing just on the edge there. I picked this tip and trick up from my friend April, aka Miss Simrina, who picked the tip up from Aiden, aka Devon Bumpkin. So thank you both very much. It's not something that I'd considered doing before, but I think it works really well, especially with the sort of theme of the house. I just think it works really well. Now, we did at the beginning struggle with colour schemes. It's nothing new for me. I struggle with colour schemes quite a lot. I do keep me struggling with them in my speed builds as much as I can, because again, it's part of the process. If I were doing a real-time build, I think it would have probably been like a 3.5 hour long video just because that's how long it took me to make this. I started this yesterday. No, I didn't, that's a lie. I started this on Friday night, did a little bit of work on it yesterday, struggled massively with the floor plan and where to place everything, and then I came back to it this morning, i.e. Sunday, and then that's when I finished it. So it took me 3 days. I wasn't like going full pelt at it, definitely not, but it did take me 3 days to sort of sit down and get this completed. But yes, very happy with the outcome. You will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have a family in mind that you want to move into this house? I absolutely love, I talk about this all the time when you guys send me screenshots on Instagram of your families living in the houses that I've built. Like, that's why I do this, because at the end of the day I don't use these houses, you guys do, and that's why I'm trying to branch out a little bit and do all these different kinds of builds. And speaking of which, we have now we've all seen the live stream for the new wedding pack, and I will be getting early access to that pack, so look out for videos on the channel for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on your notifications as well so that you can see anytime I post. But yes, we will be getting early access to that pack. I have already got a build idea in mind that we're going to do for the first build. I'm then going to do an on-camera build buy overview of all the build and buy items, because let's be honest, that's the reason that I'm like getting the pack from the creator network, but that is the reason that I would be buying the pack if I were buying it. It would be for the build and buy items because primarily I do build. So yes, I'm going to be doing a thorough overview of all the build and buy items as well, and then I suppose we'll just be doing maybe some residential lots as well. I am excited. I think it's a bit of a bittersweet situation at the moment given everything that's going on. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but yes, it's I'm still looking forward to getting the pack and seeing exactly what it's like. So yes, that's the plan for the next sort of week or two on the channel. So yes, anyway, exterior is kind of coming together at this point. Now I wanted to introduce a little bit of colour, just a hint of colour, and you know me, I absolutely love hot pink, so I thought pops of white, pops of green, and a little hint of hot pink. I don't think you can really go wrong. Because I knew as well that there were like these pink cherry trees in the background just behind the house, I took the shot for the thumbnail that's directly looking at the house, which is something that I very, very rarely do. However, I do have another house coming out in the next week or two as well. It's like a modern family farmhouse where I've taken the screenshot from the front of the house as well. Some builds just look really good from the front. This is one, and the modern family farmhouse that you'll be seeing very shortly is the same as well. So yeah, I think it looks great. I'm again really happy with this. It took me a little while to figure out which planter boxes I wanted to use outside, and I ended up doing a few very minor things off camera as per usual. I didn't include all the bathrooms being done, but on the ground floor we included footage of the downstairs bathroom. So it's essentially they're all the same, so I don't really feel the need to add more minutes onto the speed build. If you've seen one of my bathrooms in my houses, you've seen them all, because I tend to make them pretty much the same just for that continuity within the build. I think a lot of people do that, to be honest. It just makes sense because houses in real life, my house, I know like all three of the bathrooms are just kind of decorated the same, so that's kind of what I thought I was going to do with this house and all of my other houses as well. I tend to do the same thing. Now, funnily enough, with this house, because if you guys don't know, I actually live in a 3-story house myself, and I was going to take inspiration from the floor plan in my house. And this house is quite a bit bigger than mine, so the floor plan kind of went out the window fairly early on. But my living room and my kitchen are actually on the first floor. They're not on the ground floor. They're on the first floor. And I was going to kind of take a little bit of inspiration for this build, but it just didn't work out like that. So this is the floor plan. It actually came together, it looks like it came together relatively quickly, but this is actually my second or third attempt. 3-story houses do stump me ever so slightly. As much as I absolutely adore building them, I think they look fantastic, and I think they're a great way to sort of evenly distribute all of the rooms. And you can, obviously 6 bedrooms in this house, you can fit so much into these houses, and that's one of the reasons that I love them so much. But I think I make some slight, and I mean slight, alterations to the floor plan off camera. Again, wanted to keep the video not as short as possible, but I appreciate that you guys probably can't sit and watch me build for like an hour, so I have to keep that in mind. But this ends up being like the entryway here, living room just there, and then yes, we change it ever so slightly. You will see, we just remove that wall there on the left. We bulldoze that down, so then it's just like a really long thin kitchen, which is quite in keeping with a house like a townhouse like this. They tend to have quite long thin kitchens. Mine in real life doesn't. I'm quite lucky, but it's quite true to the nature of these houses, so I didn't mind too much. The interior decoration for this house, I think I should just address the elephant in the room. I have absolutely no idea what theme this is. I initially wanted to do this really high-end, prim and proper sort of style. This is my 4th attempt at the interior decoration, and then I thought, you know what, let's just put some stuff together and see what we're working with. So we use a lot of items from cottage living, which you're probably thinking, well, that's a bit weird. It absolutely is. I completely agree. I don't know, it's kind of like a shabby chic posh sort of interior. The kids' bedrooms are definitely not. They definitely have their own sort of style depending on like what child I had in mind for each room, but we'll talk about that more when we obviously go through them throughout the duration, excuse me, of the speed build. I can't speak today. I also feel like I'm talking really fast. I feel like I need to just slow down a minute. But the living room, it's nice. I think I feel a little bit underwhelmed by the entire interior, and I hate saying that because I love the exterior of this house, but the interior for me, because I don't think it's like a set style, it's just not hitting the mark. It's not one of my worst interiors, but it's definitely, excuse me, not one of my best either. It's passable. You guys might disagree, I don't know. I know in my heart that this isn't probably one of my better interiors, but it's functional. The bedrooms are really fun, and it's definitely got some character. So I suppose let's look at the positives instead of looking at all the negatives. I'm too hard on myself sometimes. Anyway, I've seen so many people do this cool trick with this base game coffee table, so I thought, why not give that a shot in this build as well? Yeah, let's just try. So you can see kind of through here hopefully what I was trying to achieve with the sort of elegant wallpaper and the rug and the shapes and the sort of style of the sofas as well. I think you can hopefully see what I was trying to go for with this, and yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Yes, finally, kitchen. Kitchen's a lot better. We use counters from the country. No, that's a lie. From cottage living. Again, you're probably thinking this is odd. This is like a townhouse, like a sort of like a city townhouse. Yes, I would have to. I'd be inclined to agree with you on this one. But look, it is what it is now. It's uploaded. It's done. Speed builds up. So let's just move on. But yes, I think we make a lot of the space in this kitchen work really, really well, actually, in this house. And as I said, it's true to the style of these townhouses, and I just think it works. I think it looks really, really nice and quaint and just well cared for. What on earth is happening to me? Well cared for. The family that live here obviously look after this house. They're a big, happy, sort of family-oriented family, and they just enjoy spending time together. Now, yes, there is only 4 seats. This dining room table and 6 bedrooms. Does it make sense? No, absolutely not. So me Sims are going to have to sit on the sofas and eat in front of the TV. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't know what else to do with the floor plan other than what I did. I suppose I could have put a dining room table in the entranceway, but then I thought, is that going to be a bit cramped? If you want to put a dining room table in the hallway, please, in the entrance, please do. If it makes more sense for you and your families. I absolutely don't mind you guys making the adjustments that you need to when I seem to have fallen. What am I trying to say? Short of the mark, I suppose. Anyway, doesn't matter. And normally I go like completely full pelt with the clutter in my kitchens, but because this is slightly on the smaller side, I couldn't really do that, which is probably a good thing. So this is the entranceway. It's rather big, but as you can see with the stair placement, again, I'm trying to think in my head what else I could have done with this floor plan, and I think this was probably the only logical way for it to work. Again, you may disagree, but in my opinion, it's fine. I need to stop being so hard on myself. This is the entranceway. It looks really, really good. It's really nice and spacious. There's a seat here. There's like a nice hallway table. I'm trying to remember what I put in that corner, actually. I wanted to put a bookshelf, but it was just going to look a little bit too cramped. So I ended up just putting a lamp here, which I think looks absolutely fine. And for the longest time, I struggled with, again, styling the interior, because I had in my head, I had this clear image in my head of what I wanted to do, and it just never came to fruition. So I think it's a little bit all over the place, but again, it works and it looks nice. Even though there's no set theme, I still think it looks really, really pretty. That's something, right? And I absolutely love using these little, I think they're like little stools. I think they're from Jungle Adventure, if I'm not mistaken. Your Sims can sit on them. I use them in a lot of my builds because I'm really into like this rustic, shabby chic sort of look. And they kind of fall into that category. So this is the downstairs bathroom. It consists of a shower, sink and a toilet. Obviously, as you can see, it wouldn't have been quite big enough to fit a bath. So we ended up just putting a shower in here, which I think is really handy considering the amount of Sims that are going to be living in here. I've fun fact, never used this shower from Seasons. I think it looks really nice. I don't know why I've never used it. I feel like I saw someone use it in a speed build and I'm trying to think of who it was. And I thought, why do I never use that shower? Like, ever. So I thought, why not use it in this house and just see how it looks. So this is the first bedroom on the first floor. My idea for this room was that it's for either an older child, like that's about to be a teen, or a teen. That was sort of my thought process with this. I didn't want to make it too childish and I didn't want to make it too grown up either. So it's kind of like that happy medium, sort of in between the two life stages. Speaking of teens, I am hoping that if we do get a Generations pack this year, they revisit teens and just completely revamp them. Because I think we can all share the same opinion that teens look far too much like young adults. Like, you have a teen and then it's like, it looks no different. I don't know, they need to have a look at that. But anyway, really, really cute bedroom. I tried to clutter the bedrooms up and kind of make them true to the personality of the Sims that I envisioned being in them, and I try to do that a lot with, especially with my kids' rooms. The master bedrooms are a totally different kettle of fish, let's be honest. I tried to make them just kind of quite generic, really, because, well, I don't really know why. I just feel like parents' bedrooms are never really that interesting, are they? I know my bedroom in real life isn't really that interesting. It's nice, but it's not interesting. So that's why I like to go to town with the kids' rooms. You can tone this down if you want to, if you do download this house. I didn't really restrict myself. I'll start again. I didn't restrict myself at all with the packs. So if you don't have all the packs, then you can go in and replace some of the items. I have been thinking that I need to do another base game only house because it's been a while. I think it's been a few months now since I last did one. I'll link up my latest base game house in the top right hand corner if you want to check that out at some point. But yes, that was the last time I did one, and I feel like I need to do another one. If not a base game, maybe like pack restricted. So if you've got any packs in mind, then maybe drop a comment down below. Like I could do just base game and 1 pack, or base game and 2 packs, or 3 packs. I'm open to ideas, you know me, always up for a good idea. This is probably my favourite of the bedrooms, I think, just because it's kind of fun and I just really, really liked it. This is the master bedroom. I went a little bit off with the colour scheme, you'll see exactly what I mean. So we've got this gorgeous light wood herringbone floor, and then I thought it would be a good idea to introduce like this really dark wood in this room, but not change the colour of the flooring. If it bothers you, please feel free to change it maybe to the white swatch of the herringbone floor, or if it doesn't really bother you, then you are free to keep it as is. Don't know what I was thinking with this colour scheme. If it bothers you, just change the swatches to like lighter swatches. It really wouldn't take too much at all. I don't know what came over me. This is the only room in the house that uses dark wood. I don't know what happened. Anyway, this very long thin room was going to be an office, and then it was going to be a nursery, and then I thought, no, we could probably just pop a child sim in here, and we are going to ignore that window clipping through the wall. Please don't, it upsets me. But I couldn't do anything about it because I couldn't shift the window on the outside and I couldn't move the wall on the inside, so ooh, not good for me being a perfectionist. But anyway, we'll just skip past it. So my thought process for this room was that it was like a young like girl child sim that lived in here. It's a very small room, but she has absolutely everything that she needs in here. She's even got a TV and just some nice decorative objects. I think it looks really, really sweet actually. And then she's obviously got her big brother over on the other side of the hallway as well, which I thought was a really nice idea. So yes, very, very plainly decorated, but still with keeping on with the clutter and just making sure that each child's room sort of shows off their personality and their interests and different like favourite colours that they might be into and whatever. So it took me so long to try and figure out placement for clutter on these chest of drawers. No idea why. This ends up being a room for what I envisioned, like twin girls, probably quite young. I was trying to think of all the different sort of ages. So the other bedroom on the other side there is a toddler room, and then there's like a much older, as in child sim, so like maybe teen or even a young adult sim on the other one. Then at least we've covered every single age. So it's quite versatile, this house. I was so impressed with it, like pleasantly surprised by the space and just the character that went into it. So I'm again very, very pleased with this one. But yes, this bedroom is very pastely, pinky, yellowy. I think it's really, really sweet looking, and this is slightly larger, well, quite a bit larger than the bedrooms on the other floor. But obviously we don't have the master bedroom with the ensuite taking up any of the room, and we only have one set of stairs as well, which I think definitely helped with the layout of the top floor. So yes, my sort of thought process for this room was just definitely to keep it really youthful, because as I said, I had in mind that they were child sims and they're twins. If they're not twins, then either they're quite close in age, or they're just really, really close, as in like relationship wise, so they don't mind sharing a room. If you don't have twins, or you don't have this many children, then you can remove a bunk bed underneath, or you can pretty much do whatever you like. That was my chair squeaking. If you heard that, I do apologise. I'll see if I can edit it out. But I don't know why, my chair's really squeaky at the moment, and it's kind of annoying. There it is. That is so squeaky. Oh my god. Anyway, so a lot of floor space in here, so I kind of struggled sort of picking out what I wanted to put on the floor and how much clutter I wanted to actually use in this room, because obviously I really wanted it to be obviously playable for you and your Sims. And fun fact, there was like a small pause there because I had to run and babysit my dog because he ended up having a little bit of a paddy. But this is the toddler room. This is gender neutral, so I didn't have a gender in mind for this particular room, so this could be for a girl or a boy. Definitely a toddler though, so again, trying to just tick all of the ages here, so I think this works really, really well actually. Very neutral, very plainly decorated compared to the other bedrooms, but toddlers don't really require too much, so I always struggle a little bit with decorating spaces for toddlers because I never really know what to put in their rooms, because they can't really, I don't want to say they can't really do anything because that's not fair, but they can't, can they? let's be real for a second. They can't really do that much, and I feel like the toddler life stage is so brief that this would very quickly turn into a children's room. So I still think it's a really sweet area though. Like if you've got a toddler, then I think it's a really, really nice space for your obviously toddler to hang out here, and maybe with the parents and things. The only thing I didn't put in this house, I don't think I put a bookcase at all. Yes, I did. Sorry. There's like a bookends, in the hallway, and I know your Sims can pull off books from there now, so I suppose that does count. So this is the bedroom that I was referring to for the older child sim. It could be a guest bedroom if you wanted it to be. I had it, my sort of thought for this one was that maybe they're a student at university. I do this a lot when I have larger houses and like a bedroom that I don't really know what else to put in, but I tend to make it for like an older studenty type thing. And I just had deja vu because I'm pretty sure I've done this recently. Anyway, I'm looking at the footage as well, and I'm trying to think when I should just start like wrapping up, but we do nip outside and have a look at the garden as well. So I'm doing the air bunnies because it's not really a garden, it's just like an outside space. You'll see in just a minute when we're outside. So yes, this is the outside space. I tried to make it functional and like so that your Sims could have a couple of things to do, but yes, that's going to be it from me today. Very rambly voiceover, very, very speedy and just all over the place, but we love it. We love to see it. So you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, will be linked down in the description box below. You can download them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much, as always, everyone, for joining me here today. You guys take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye.